Hi, it's time for some more Uber Grace, and I hope you are having a good day. I wanted to do another little word study because they're quite useful, and this is the word that's often translated as coming, and I'm referring really to Jesus coming. A lot of Christians around the world today are expecting Jesus to return in bodily form to come and take over and rule the world. For me, I'm not so convinced, and I've done a lot of study over the years. It's a very complicated subject, so I'm not going into it. But I do want to talk about one word that is used a lot and is often translated in Bibles as the word coming. And it's actually the Greek word. The original was written in Greek. The Greek word is parousia or parousia. And actually, it's more accurately translated as immediate presence of the Lord. So whenever it's talking about coming, it's not. It's actually talking about his presence now. Now, in the last video, I talked about a time when we were just worshipping in the Spirit and praying and whatever, and I just got caught up into the heavens, and it was amazing. Another time, I just sat in my lounge and prayed. I never do this, but I prayed the Lord's Prayer. Not only did I pray it, just speaking it out, I spoke it out really, really slowly. Painfully slowly did I speak this prayer out. And when I finished and I said Amen, the power, a sense of presence in the room was incredible. I'm just in my lounge on my own. I don't know if it's a rest day or I was going off to do a shift later in the day, but just for that half hour after, I just sat there in this incredible, thick, heavy, not heavy as in depressing heavy, just weighty sense of the glory and presence of God. Parousia. Jesus parousiaed himself. I didn't see a physical form, but I'm not impressed with the physical. There's another scripture that says we don't see Christ anymore as physical. We see him in the flesh. We see him by the Spirit. But most Christians are looking forward to a flesh Jesus to come back. But no, get real, grow up and start to see Jesus as a spirit and a presence that comes. And he really does come. There was another time, there's a Bible reading discipline where you read a scripture. It's called Lectio Divina because it's from a long, long time ago. People have been doing this for hundreds of years. And you read 3 or 4 verses of a scripture really painfully slowly. And I was reading this bit one time. This is in a group setting where I learnt to do it. And one of the verses was about abandonment and how God will never abandon you. And I'm surrounded by all these people all doing the same thing. And I read through it once and I'm thinking, I've done that rather quick. And everyone else looks like they're still at it. So I started reading it again. And I hit that particular phrase about God not abandoning his people. And I felt this jolt inside me. This incredible boom. And I knew there and then I just felt so light. That this kind of spirit of a fear of abandonment in me, from being adopted and abandoned at birth and then abandoned by my adopted parents and all that, that actually that spirit had gone. It was amazing. What was really amazing, this was about 6 months before I ended up my marriage separating. Can you imagine if that hadn't been dealt with before my separation? What a mess I would have been. That fear of abandonment in my life. And yet Jesus came into that situation. Everyone else in the room, they all reported back nice things, but I reported back healing because something had happened inside of me that I cannot still explain properly in words what actually happened, but it was incredible. It was parousia, and this is what we can look to. This is what we can experience in our lives today and now, is the parousia of Jesus. Take your eyes off one day getting rescued, because his rescue mission is right here, right now. And I tell you something, it's great when it happens to you. They're just 3 or 4 stories in the last 2 videos of the parousia of Jesus. you too. You're next. Anyway, hope that was helpful. Inspiring even. Oh, that's twice I've used that word recently. Anyway, please like, please share, and let's get these videos out there. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.